Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am finally back to do a card reading and just to get some practice in because I haven't practiced in like so long with these. And I thought I would just do a couple of questions and just do a little, little stuff that way. As you can see, I'm back home. The last video I did was while we were on vacation, while we were in Fuerteventura. The weather was much warmer than it is here. Today it's like freezing cold, but that is what it is. Um, and coming home was a little bit of a stress fest, a little bit chaotic. And I did actually do a video about it, just describing everything that happened. And then I talked to my husband about it, and I said, "Should I post this video?" And he said, "No, let's wait until everything gets squared with the travel agency and with the airline because we had some issues." And so we're waiting for them to hear back from them about our requests and about our problems and all the other stuff that went along with it. So that's what happened. During the past couple of weeks, I have been so busy that I haven't had a time. I didn't even have time to put up our tree. And I finally got that done today. And most of our decorations are still in boxes here in this room. But I just said, I don't want to do it. I just had no motivation to do it. So I took all the little wooden ornaments that we had. I sort of like cat proofing it, even though we don't have a cat. And basically what I did was I took all the wooden ornaments and stuff like that, not the breakable ones, because every year I break an ornament. Every year. It never fails. I'll break one ornament and I will end up going, oh, why did I, and it's usually when I'm packing them away to put back in the basement. So I decided this year that I wasn't going to do any breakable ornaments. I was just going to put the tree together and put like wooden and make it look a little vintage, give it a little, sort of a vintage look. We do have a little bit of decorating in here. I'll show you. We have ho ho ho, and then we have a little star up there, which lights up at night, but it is, yeah. But it's nighttime here. Outside the window, you can see I can see all the lights and stuff from the neighbors and stuff. So all the apartment buildings around here have lights and stuff going on. So anyway, so I will update you on all of that. But oh, and I wanted to show you the picture. Let me pause, and I will bring the picture and show it to you. Okay, here I am again. So I did a picture. I showed it on the creativity video that I did before I left to go on vacation. Well, after I got home, I really just set to work to finish it because I wanted to give it to my mother-in-law as a present for Christmas. And so I finally finished it, and so I wanted to show it to you. And so here it is. So, yes, it is paint by number. I am not that talented an artist, but I love when I love doing it, and it's fun. And I figured if that's how it is, then that's how it is. But that's the picture, and so I'm really proud of it. It came out really good, and so now I can wrap it and get it ready to go to Berlin. So we will be in Berlin over Christmas. I might do a couple. I'm taking my cards, and I might do a couple of videos while I'm then in Berlin. There's so much going on right now in the news. What's going on in the world? A lot of it is very, very depressing. It's very, very not so nice, and and it really leaves people to wonder why this is happening and why all this stuff is going on. But as I said before, there's not a lot we can do about it. We can just try to keep our energy levels heightened and to keep ourselves, feeling okay about it. Um, as I said in past videos, I usually don't do videos at night because I look so pale and, the lighting and everything is so bad, and I don't really like doing it. But I wanted to do some cards today. I've got the Gilded Tarot from Ciro Marchetti. This is a deck I usually use. Um, and I've been actually practicing off camera, doing cards with while watching other readers because they said some of them say while we're pulling cards, you can pull cards too if that's your thing, and then you can compare. with what we're doing. And that's what I do when I watch Hogarth's channel. I really like and recommend Hogarth's channel. He's a guy from Britain, and he does live streams, but he does them and it's like midnight here or 1 o'clock in the morning here, and I can't really stay up that late and do them because my husband wants to go to bed at night, and I don't want to stay up and keep him awake. Because usually when I'm not in the room sleeping, then he can't sleep. So I usually tend to, when he goes to bed, I tend to go to bed too. So 1 o'clock in the morning doesn't work for me so well. But at any rate, so I watch the replays of his videos and then I pull cards, and it usually tends to be really good. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. MTG decided to resign from Congress, which kind of surprised me that she decided to resign. Some other people are also resigning. There was the election in Tennessee. And some people are suspecting there was some shady business going on. I don't know. I have no proof. I can't say. I have no idea. But the Democrats still did well. I mean, considering everything that's going on. Um, I'm not sure how everybody's doing as far as in terms of with the holidays coming up and everything. For a lot of people, holidays are a very hard time, and I will say this straight up: for a long time, I did not like this time of year because of the stress involved with it, and I always wanted to do more than I should. And I spent a lot of time doing all this stuff, and then I felt like, oh, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, and I had a list of all the things that I needed to do, and then I just like, oh, I didn't get it done. I didn't get the things done that I needed to do, and I'm like, oh, I'm bummed about it. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. I didn't use all the decorations, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that. And I just said, you know what? I'm not supposed to do it. I'm not supposed to do everything. I'm not supposed to, you know, spend all my time turning my gears trying to do everything that people want or expect. So I'm just doing it for myself, enjoying it, enjoying the moment, enjoying the time, and not forcing myself to do all the things that I, you know, can or can't do. So at any rate, so I want to pull some cards on what's going on. I mean, because last week on Saturday we had a full moon, and I went to choir rehearsal and I screwed up I had to sing in solo because the other lady that I'm singing with, she wasn't there. And I got really scared because I was like, oh my God, if she's not there, then what's going to happen to the song? Because she's needed. Well, as luck would have it, she was back on Monday. So when we had rehearsals, so I was like going, she's back. And that's great. And so I'm really glad that she's back, and because she worked hard on her part, and you know, I don't want anybody to miss out on, when they've worked so hard at something and then something happens and people can't do something because their health. It just makes me sad because it's like, because you work so hard and you put all this effort into something and then, yeah. So let me think what I can ask the cards today. Maybe the general December energy. Maybe we just do a reading on that and see if I can just practice a little bit. So I'm a little bit out of practice with cards. I need to practice a little bit because I want to do readings for my family members when I'm in Berlin. And these are the cards that I always use for like current events and stuff. But I'm probably gonna take the cat tarot as well and just, have some fun with that. So we'll see what happens. But at any rate, let's see how everything's looking energetically for the month of December. We're well into it. We're like 9 days into it already, but let's just see what we can do. Oh, and they're telling me that those cards have flipped out that I was trying to shuffle back in, that I leave them at the top. So here's the energy of what's going on. First we got the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is about victory. Um, a lot of times people call it false victory, but this is, in general, this is victorious, the victory card. This guy is very triumphantly on his horse and he's riding along and he is, he's feeling good. And I think that in general, I think that's how we're all kind of feeling. We're feeling like something is coming up, or at least the energy feels like something is coming up, but for whatever reason, a lot of people are skeptical about what's coming up because we've been told so many times. And I'm gonna pause on this and I'm gonna say that I have noticed that a lot of intuitives are feeling um I'm getting the feeling. I'm not sure. This is just my feelings. This is just me thinking aloud here. But I think a lot of intuitives are thinking, "Oh, what's the point of all of this?" This is like I keep saying that this is gonna, things are gonna change and things are gonna get better and what have you. And when they don't, then people are like upset and they're unhappy and what have you. And I think that this is kind of the energy that I'm kind of sensing. It's like people want to believe that things are going to get better and that things are going to change and things are going to happen. And yet a lot of people are hesitant about saying so because of that energy or that feel that if they say that they think that something's going to get better or things are going to improve or things are going to happen, and if they don't by the end of the year, then people are upset. So, yeah, but this is the current energy is the victory, it's the victorious energy card, or at least that feel of energy. And it's crossed by the sun, and the sun is enlightenment. This is also major arcana, and it's enlightenment. It's bringing light into a darkened place. It's so while people may be feeling victorious, the truth and the light is going to come through. And so regardless of whether or not this is a victory or a false victory, the sun is coming in, and the sun is going to illuminate and shine light on the entire situation. So whatever is happening, the sun is going to be there to illuminate everything. The underarching energy is the Three of Swords, which is this is like being in the political sense, it's like the treason card. It's like the betrayal, the ultimate betrayal. The people have been betrayed by a system that doesn't work for them anymore. And so this is why this illumination is needed. Oops, sorry, it's upside down. That wasn't reversed. It was just upside down because I just picked it up and it was. But the people are devastated by what's happened. I mean, this is like there's a lot of because there's a history. And next year is going to be the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution, or this American experiment, as they sometimes call it. And the question is, will it survive? And most of the intuitives are saying, yeah, yeah, it will survive, but it will take a lot of picking up pieces in order for people to move forward. So the underarching energy is that devastation or that betrayal that people are experiencing. So this isn't the light is going to remind people of, I think, how betrayed and how mistrusting that they feel with regards to all of this. In the immediate past, you have the Queen of Cups. And this is a very I have this, my guides are saying, level-headed energy. And this is like that level-headed energy coming in and saying, let's look at this in a rational way. Let's see the world in a rational way and not in a over-emotional way. Now, while the Queen of Cups may be an emotional energy, it may be emotional feminine energy, there is still that sense that we are contending with a logical interlude, if you will, that's coming in and saying, We have to look at the world in a logical way. We have to look at it, even if it isn't a feminine, using that feminine energy, we still have to look at things in a more logical perspective and see what it is we can do for ourselves, as opposed to um, dwelling on what's happening politically in the world. So this is that calming. I get I get the sense of calming energy. But I'm going to let me just go ahead and pull my cheat sheet here. As I said, it's been a while since I've done this. So, um, let me see how far apart I am here. The Queen of Cups is the kind, gentle, sensitive, and thoughtful, charming, creative, sometimes detached personality. So, yeah. So this is a caring energy, and it is saying, yeah, we care about you, we care about what you're doing, what you're experiencing. But it is that calming. I get that. What my guides are saying is the calming. There's the calm, the calming energy, the calming essence that is coming towards us and um, enlightening us. The overarching energy is temperance. This is that again, the calming essence of, we are looking at some pretty terrible situations that are happening in the world, and we are trying to determine how that is going to affect us personally. And we are being told to calm and let the energy flow. This isn't let things happen because if we can at some way prevent it. This is to find solace in this quiet, in this notion that we are in the same boat and that we are contending with the issues of the day in the same, and we have to find that sort of center, that sort of calming center that's going to help us overcome what this brings. So it's like this is like I'm angry and I'm upset and I'm mad and I'm mad as hecksky and I ain't taking it anymore. And this is take a chill pill. This is telling us to calm down. That yes, we know you're angry. Yes, we know you're upset, but you have to find the solace in the moment so that you can contend with whatever issues are coming up in your life. In the immediate future, we have the Nine of Swords, which is the sleepless nights and I think my guides are telling me they're telling me before you start worrying about whether or not this is about us having those sleepless nights, don't. Because what this is about the people who are running the show, so to speak, having those sleepless nights. So this isn't about us having sleepless nights. This is about them having sleepless nights and them having to contend with us being enlightened by what's going on. So that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting from this. It is not us having sleepless nights. It's the people in charge who are having sleepless nights. The whole political situation, the entire Republican Party, they are having sleepless nights because they're going, oh crappy-oly, we're getting busted on things that we have done. And that's why so many people are resigning. That's why they're retiring or resigning from their offices, because they know internally that this is what will be awaiting them when things change. And we are aware that things will ultimately change because nothing stays the same. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The more things people think that things don't change, the more they do. Things change. Change happens because status quo ain't working and change is coming because the people are demanding that that change comes. So this is what they are contending with now. They're trying to get the glare off this. This is what they're contending with, is that sleepless nights, that not being able to contend with what's going on. Externally, we have the Knight of Cups. And I'm pulling this out just And the Nine of Cups is that emotional idealist energy. But it's also a celebratory energy. So externally, we're all ready for that celebration. We're all ready to have a reason to be happy and a reason to celebrate. And this externally, this is what we are looking for, is that reason to celebrate. And it may be through the defeating of the negative energy or of the devil energy. It may be through the defeat of the devil energy. But what it is that we are ready. We're ready for that. We're ready for some news that's going to make us happy, that's going to bring us to that sense that at some point that something's going to come to an end and that something new is going to begin. And that is that energy that we're kind of trying to find ourselves in. We're trying to, bring ourselves to that moment where we are in that celebratory mood where we can celebrate. Internally is the Seven of Pentacles. That's the harvest. That is the there we go. That is the harvest of whatever it is that we are bringing to fruition. And it is not just our harvest, but it is the harvest of the politicians, of the GOP, of all of these people and what they're doing. So no matter what happens, there is a harvest that is coming. And this is what they are kind of contending with, is this harvest. And it's like what you put in is what you get out. When you have a when you try to harvest something and you put positive energy and positive feelings and positive, you take care of it, you nurture it, you give it water, you take care of it, you help it to grow, what have you, then you will have a positive and wonderful harvest. You will have that harvest of good and kindness. But at the same token, if you put all the negative energy, if you have filled with hate, if you are filled with vengeance, if you are filled with hostility, then that will be the harvest that you create. And that is what this card is telling me, that the harvest that these people are creating will be positive if their emotional energies are positive, or it will be negative if their emotional energies are negative. That's what this card is telling me. Hopes and fears is the High Priestess. Again, major arcana, and this is this very, very strong feminine energy. And I think that what it is we're hoping for is for that feminine energy to overtake this patriarchal system that we have lived with for how many years, where people have believed that men are dominant over women, or that masculine energy is better than feminine energy. It's not true. It's just rubbish. But this is what people are, they're aspiring to, is that higher good, that higher level of vibration. And yeah, my guides are telling me the vibration, the higher level or the higher spiritual vibration. We have to keep ourselves in a higher positive physical, mental, spiritual vibration, so that we don't get dragged down to all of the negativity that's going on around us. Because as soon as we are, then we lose that. Then our energy levels are higher. They go down. They go into a darker area. They go into this is why a lot of intuitives use sage, and why a lot of them rely on trying to keep their energies heightened, as opposed to going into this muck and, and staying there. They can't stay there, because if they do, then they lose that spiritual balance that they have. And so that's what this is about. This is not about looking at the world and saying, okay, we're gonna, that it's terrible and everything's awful and yada, yada, yada. But it is saying take a break. Take a break from the news, take a break from whatever it is you're doing that might bring your energy levels down, and do what you can to raise your level, raise your level of energy. And that's what this card is telling me. Final outcome, the Ten of Pentacles. Again, the tens are about beginnings and endings, or the endings of something, an end of a cycle. And the Ten of Pentacles is, my guides are telling me, it's all the information that's going to come forward. So everything that is happening in the world, there's a mountain of information that's going to come forward about whatever it is that's happening. So when you have something positive that you're fighting for, like the e-files, getting the e-files released, that is a positive. That the e-files themselves are not positive, but the idea, the notion of giving these survivors the closure that they need, that is the positivity that comes out of the release of these files. And that is what people are aspiring to have, is the release of the files, or truth just emerging, whatever it is about the ELECTIONS or whatever that's going on. This is the result. This is the files themselves, or the information itself. So whatever it is that's happening in the world, this is the information that people are aspiring to have. And once they have it, then they can determine what they're going to do next, how they're going to handle that information. It isn't just about the information itself. It is actually, in essence, about how are we going to handle that information? How are we going to deal with the information that we are given? And how do we respond to that information? So it's not just about receiving the information, but it's also how we respond to whatever information we get. One more card. It's the Hierophant. And that is what I think they're telling us. How we respond to it, what we're going to do, what we're going to say, think, or believe about what it is that's going on. At the base of the deck, we have Judgment. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Justice card. Justice for the people that the files could affect. Justice for the people who feel like that they have been mistreated, been cheated, what have you. And the Empress. And I could go on. There's the Empress, Six of Cups, Four of Wands, and Strength. So, and the Ten of Wands is the burden that the people carry. Yeah, I could just keep going. Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil. This is all the information that's out there that we are being presented with. This is all of this stuff that's happening and how we're responding to it, what we are doing in order to overcome whatever it is that's happening. I don't know why it is. This is the first time since I've started pulling cards. I don't know why it is, but I just felt compelled to keep pulling them. I just kept compelled until I came up with the Devil. Because that's really what it's all about. It's about overcoming that devil energy, getting through and not having to contend with that devil energy anymore. And I think that's what's important here. I think that's what the message with all of this is we have the power in ourselves. We are a powerful, divine beautiful beings, and we have the power to overcome whatever it is that is being, you know, presented to us. So, um, so that's what I got there. I'm going to pull some cat tarot now, and I'm just going to just for us, just for the energy for us for the week. Um, it's today's Tuesday, but we've got another few days, and let's see what the guides want to tell us. Message for us. I'll just pull a few cards. I won't pull a whole bunch. I'll just pull a few. Let's see what the cats have to tell us today, or what my guides have to tell us with regards to all of this. But just a message for us, okay? This is just a message for us. So, guides, please give us a message. Okay. Okay, this is the message from my guides. The Chariot. Okay, this is about moving forward. And sometimes people call it the chariot. They call it 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But the chariot is about moving forward. So whatever it is that we're going through at this point in time, we have to just keep forging ahead, seeing what we can do. It's crossed by the Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands again. This is the energy of, you know, um, swift movement. And I should have known that because look at this cat's about to jump on this thing. He's ready. He's about ready to pounce. Swift movement. So this is about movement, moving forward swiftly, moving forward in a swift manner to work through whatever it is going on. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Yummy, yummy. And this is, I'm trying to remember what the Four of Pentacles is about because I'm trying to, I usually go by the images on the cards. But as I look at this cat, I see him looking at these treats, and he's trying to decide whether or not to eat them. So I get the feeling that comes to me is about decisions, and about not just decisions, but about embracing your decisions, embracing what it is you want to do, and how you want to move forward. And then we have the Ten of Cups. This is the happy families. This is in the immediate past is the happy families. This is the this is about the end of the cycle, and this is about the family unit, and about coming together as a family, and not just a family, and communities, families coming together, embracing what we have, and trying to move forward. The overarching energy is the Nine of Wands, and this is the burden that we are carrying. We are carrying a burden. We are contending with a burden that we are carrying, but there's hope for us because we are still moving forward. We're still in that chariot position where we are moving forward. In the immediate future, we have the Knight of Cups. This little kitty, he's like, the Knight of Cups is this is a celebration. So this is in the immediate future. We have a celebration that's coming. We have something positive that's coming to us. And we just have to wait for it and embrace it when it does. Externally, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is that energy, that, what the Emperor sort of personifies is this masculine energy that we are kind of consumed with right now. It's not a positive energy, but it is an energy that we are kind of contending with right now. So that's what we're kind of externally dealing with. And this is why people are going to protests and they're doing all the stuff that they're doing, because this is that energy that they're kind of pushing up against. Internally, we have the Five of Pentacles. We feel left out. We're feeling left out and having to kind of rectify some kind of situation with ourselves about what's going on. So that is that feeling left out in the cold and having to contend with this emotional heartbreak that we are contending with. In the hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Swords. We're dealing with thievery. We're dealing with we're dealing with people who have stolen things. They have stolen people's faith, people's idealism. They've stolen things. They've taken away the things that we hold dear. And so what we have to do is find within ourselves that although we accept that this is what's happening, we also have to find the faith and courage to move forward. The final outcome is the Knight of Swords. Oh, isn't this cat just adorable? The Knight of Swords is about seeing things as they are, about being fearless and seeing things as they are and saying, okay, we know that we have fears and we know that we're worried and concerned about things, but we also are going to forge ahead and see what we can do, how we can come forward, how we can contend with all the situations that we are faced with. So this is a pretty optimistic card when you think about it, because this is our courage. And even though we may be afraid and we may be contending with fear, we still have that. We still have the courage and strength to to forge ahead. And then we have Six of Swords. I love these cards. Aren't they adorable? I mean, just looking at the cards just makes me happy because they're so cute. The cats. There's the Magician. These cats are really cute. So I'm just showing you the cards now because I just think they're cute, and I think that as far as reading them, as far as the reading about this, I do think that we are coming to a point now where the defeat, where the person who has those who have um, tried to pull wool over our eyes will be defeated. And here's the Two of Swords. That I don't see and the Ace of Cups. So truth will overflow, the goodness will come, and we will move ahead. We will forge ahead. So that's what I got for you. Oh, and I just pulled up the thing and look, I got the World card. So that's really cool. And here's the Nine of Cups. Lots of decisions and lots of choices and stuff. So that's what I've got here. Again, I'm not the best reader when it comes to this stuff. I am just practicing. I'm hoping that you don't mind me practicing a little bit. But the reads were pretty much kind of similar, but one was a little bit more in tune with what's going on in the world, and the other one felt like it was more internally. So I hope that helps. I don't know. I'm a novice at this, so but it's fun. And cat tarot is really fun to play with because the cats are so adorable. But ooh, look, the High Priestess. Isn't she pretty? Pretty kitty. Anyway, I love cats. I want a cat. And when we move to a place where we can, where the cat would be safe, they wouldn't be on the third floor, and couldn't get on a balcony and jump off or something. Uh, One day we'll get a cat. Until then, I just have all my plushies. But anyway, okay. Well, that's this long enough. So I thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting the bell if you want. If you think that there might be some usefulness in all this blathering that I'm doing. But at any rate, I will keep you posted on what's going on with what happened with the trip, and when I'm ready to talk about what happened and stuff, then I'll post a video about it. But right now, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. So, not really sure. Could ask my guides. Maybe I'll do a video asking my guides about that, but it'll be another time because I've yammered on long enough today. So, hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching and take care. And as always, namaste.